Okay, today we're going to talk about EMF sensitivity, but more so how to get over or past EMF sensitivity. EMF sensitivity was a term that came up in the World Health Organization to describe folks that have more symptoms basically to electromagnetic frequency radiation than the average person. And the people who tend to be electromagnetic sensitive are people that are sick, quite honestly. We're going to discuss 3 ways today on how to get over this electromagnetic sensitivity. But before we start, disclaimer, I'm not a medical doctor. This is not medical advice in any way, shape, or form. So this is advice on possible ways to get past the sensitivity. Now, we're going to talk about a sensitivity like an allergy. It's not an allergy, but we'll call it like an allergy because similar to an allergy, having an analogy of these two things, a lot of allergies come from something that you're allergic to that's not actually harmful. For instance, cat dander doesn't harm human cells, but yet people's bodies develop a sensitivity or an allergy to these things. If you're allergic to broccoli, broccoli's never been proven anyway by anybody to harm human cells, yet some people have strange allergies like these. We're going to use that analogy. So when I refer to allergy, it's just an analogy in this presentation so that you can comprehend what we're doing and why we're doing it. So there's 3 ways to get this electromagnetic sensitivity possibly a thing of the past. The first way is simple. You remediate everything with products that really work. You remove the thing that is harming you because electromagnetic frequencies have been shown in a billion studies, technically 10,000 plus studies, to harm humans, okay? So if you're going to keep getting harmed by something, your body is probably going to keep being sensitive to it. So first way of 3 is get rid of it and then hope that your body grows out of it. Some people have, and we're going to go back to allergies as an analogy, but some people have allergies to something and they do grow out of it. The chance of you growing out of it when your remediation of the EMFs is present is much, much greater, okay? So fix the problem, hope you grow out of it. That's number 1. A second way of getting over EMF sensitivities is we can use a product of ours, and this is not a guaranteed way, but it's almost half the time it seems like this may work. The EMF patch, which is now more recently called the personal card, okay? You want to take the XL, the strongest one that we have. Instead of putting it in your pocket, which is the normal place that we would wear it, you're going to put it, for this exercise, you're going to put it right over top of your sacrum. So you can slip it usually right under your belt line, and it holds in place pretty nicely. When it's on this spot, it seems like it works really, really strong in your body to remediate the EMF issue. Now, you can take whatever that you found out that you are allergic to or sensitive to, is a better word. You can take whatever that is with this on you, and a couple of times a day, actually the more times the better, you would take this thing away from you, put the patch or the personal card on your sacrum. After it's there for 5 seconds, then you take the thing that you're sensitive to and you place it against your body or close to your body. And you do that and you hold it for maybe 10, 20 seconds or so. Then you pull it away for 5 or 10 seconds and you just repeat that multiple times a day. Okay? That can sometimes in 10 to 21 days change that pattern, and all of a sudden you stop being sensitive to the thing that you're being sensitive to. So one really good point of this is you can use muscle testing to figure out what frequencies am I sensitive to, because you may not be sensitive to all frequencies. Most people are sensitive just to electricity frequencies or just the dirty electricity frequencies, which are both really low. Some people are sensitive to, and most people I would say are sensitive to cell phone frequencies. I'm theorizing because it's probably the one that damages us the most of all the rest of them, from cell towers and cell phones and carrying them and so on. You might be sensitive to just the laptop and tablets. That's a slightly different one, or a Wi-Fi frequency. So you have to find out what frequency you might be sensitive to if you don't know already. Now here's a cool way to do it. So if Raquel, you can come over and help me muscle test. If I'm trying to decide if I'm sensitive to this particular item, you can wear the personal card in a normal spot, okay? Or even try it not wearing it and wearing it. You take the thing that you're sensitive to and you don't touch it, so you put it away on a table, and then you make sure that you're testing strong. So,
Hold.
Okay, so she's testing me, I'm nice and strong. Then I take the thing that I'm wondering if I have a sensitivity to. I'm going to hold it as far away from me as I can. And then we try to test again.
And hold.
And it seems like I'm strong. And then I would take the thing I'm sensitive to and now hold it against me. Okay?
And hold.
Now if I did this without the patch on and I went weak, okay, when this was against me, then I would know I have a sensitivity to this. Now this product has our laptop chips on the back of it. If I'm still weak, even after the laptop chips are on there, so if the laptop chips are off of the product, everyone should test weak. If the laptop chips are on, no one should test weak. So if I'm still testing weak after the laptop chips are on, so test. So just hypothetically, if I went weak there, I would know I have a sensitivity, and this is what I have to get rid of, this particular frequency. Thank you. So if I did go weak when the product's remediated with our chips through a muscle test, and I narrowed it down to the frequency, now I can do that where I take the personal card, put it on my sacrum, and then multiple times a day I put it on me. Now here's one way that you're going to find out if it's going to work for you. So come on back over and one more quick muscle test. With it on my sacrum.
Can you show that?
What's that?
Show where the sacrum is.
So the sacrum is basically right underneath of usually your belt line. There's a big bone that you can kind of punch right in the middle. It's above your tailbone and it's right below your last vertebrae. So it's a big bone right in the middle there. And we're just going to place this right in the center of it. So let's say I went weak on a muscle test. I went weak when I was wearing the card in my pocket. Now I put it on my sacrum and I test and see, am I still weak with it on my sacrum? And if I was weak before, but now on my sacrum I'm strong, go ahead and test. And let's just pretend she's testing me strong. I can probably get rid of this sensitivity using this method. Okay? So in quick recap, first you test with first of all, you have to have laptop chips on here, or you have to have a cell chip on your cell phone. That's for starters. Second, you're going to test with no patch or no personal card. You're not wearing any of that. You just hold it on you and see if you go weak. If you go weak, then you definitely have a sensitivity. Then you test with wearing the personal card in your pocket and test. And if all of a sudden that makes you strong, you may just by fixing your device and wearing the card in your pocket naturally grow out of this sensitivity. But if you're still not strong, then you try your sacrum. And if you're on your sacrum, you are finally strong. Everything else is weak, but on your sacrum, you're finally strong with that sensitive device on you. That's when you do the 10 to 21 day. The more times a day you do it, usually you can shorten that 21 day down quite a bit and be less. Now, how do I know if my sensitivity's gone? First of all, you may have things that you notice physically that you have a sensitivity to that you can notice, of course. But the real way that you can see if your sensitivity is gone is to get somebody that knows how to muscle test. And then once you're done 21 days wearing this, every time you use your cell phone, every time you use your tablet or laptop or whatever that device is, every time for 21 days, you have to have that on your sacrum. And you purposely do multiple times a day where you put it against you for 20 seconds, take it off for a few seconds. After that 21-day period, you retest without the personal card on you. So I would take this off when I'm done the 21 days. And I would finally have somebody test me holding it here and see if I'm strong. And if I'm strong here, then guess what? My sensitivity should be gone. And that would be really cool. So that's the second way that you can remediate electromagnetic frequency radiation sensitivities. Now the third way we can't fully describe here. But if sometimes something about your body is preventing you from saying, okay, this is not harming me anymore, if the laptop chips are working like we say, so that your body says, okay, it's not harming me anymore, I'm not going to have a reaction anymore. if your body doesn't eventually do that on its own, and it doesn't do it with the 21-day exercise that we gave you, you might have to see a holistic practitioner, someone who can clear physical or emotional traumas. If sometimes you clear that right emotional trauma, and then poof, your sensitivity is allowed to, your body's allowed to say, okay, it's like the stress level went down, so your body says, okay, I'm not worried about that anymore. It could be anything that puts you over the edge. So we would advise, if you have somebody who can muscle test and do intention testing, then intention tests like this. So we'll pretend somebody's here to muscle test me. I would say there's one or more emotional traumas, perhaps. There's one or more emotional traumas that are not letting me get rid of my sensitivity to this. And if it was strong, then I would explore what emotional traumas there might be, and I might do the same with physical traumas or any other type of therapy that your practitioner might know how to use, because it could be one, or it could be a number of things that could propel you over that edge that your body says, okay, I'm not sensitive anymore. So thanks for watching, and good luck.